Well, what's going on, guys? So in this video, I want to go over the top 10 rated Battledome weapons under 200,000 neopoints. So when I started this account back in 2020, a lot of these items were cheaper, but 3 years later, this is like a few million, and even these are getting expensive too, these turn-tooth. But in any case, there's still a lot of items that are still powerful under 200,000 neopoints, and if you are new and you don't have 200,000, I'll link a video in the description where I can make, or you can make 100,000 neopoints per day between like fair employment jobs and the Trudy Surprise. There's just like a lot of like things that don't take too much time that you can make 200,000 in no time. So starting off with number one, and if you guys want to check this out, this Battlepedia, this is a great way to see like the top rated items. It just doesn't go over the specific prices. So starting off here with the Molten Boulder, this one will give you 13 icons. So you show here like we got some air, we got some fire, and we got some physical damage. And it could do anywhere from like 0 to 5 icons, 5 to 8, and 3 to 5 of each of the elements. And it shows it up here. So there's also some description that people talk about below. And this is from April 2017, but it's still valid. And then they give like an average rating on the site. So if you ever want to just go through. But this one I checked most recently, and the price is around 145,000 in the Shop Wizard. So under 200,000, and you get 13 icons of damage, which is pretty significant. Now you don't get any defense on here, but it's a good one if you're just looking for pure damage and you're looking for air, fire, or physical. Now, before I go into the next item, number 9. I want to show you guys in the challengers section. So if you click challengers in the battlepedia.jellyneo.net, and then you just pick, let's say, Chia Clown, that'll give you an idea of what kind of icons that they could defend against. So this one would be earth and physical, and the umbrella would be light, and I believe that's water. So you want to maybe pick an item that will give you icons that are not those, so they have no chance of blocking that. But in any case, when you're fighting like really low tier opponents, you kind of just want to do as much damage as you can, and they won't be able to block all that much, even if you do use those elements. But it's something to keep in mind as you get further along and you want to fight more difficult opponents. They have more HP and they have more ability to defend against your icon. So just something to keep in mind. So that would be number 10. Number 9 is Slippery Floor Potion. Now this is only a single use, so once you use it, it's going to be gone and you have to buy more. However, it's very cheap. It's only about 400 neopoints, and it does 6 icons of damage. But the real kicker here is it negates all fire and all water damage. It's only a single use, but it's very useful if you need like that one extra turn to defend and deal some damage and not take much in the process, especially if your opponent's using a lot of fire and water. This is a great item just to have, just in case you come across one of those opponents. And again, it's very cheap, so only 400 neopoints, which is pretty cheap, if you ask me, even if it's a one-time use. Coming in at number 8, we have Frozen Water Daggers. Now, these can do 8 icons worth of damage between water, air, and earth. So a good combination, a good mix, as well as 4 defensive ones. So they'll negate 2 water and 2 air as well. So you got like a kind of like a hybrid here where you could do damage and they could reduce the damage that you take as well, which is pretty nice. And these are pretty rare to get this combination of attack and defense on a weapon. And the best part is these are only about 33,000 neopoints. And if you want, you could always use 2 of them too, 2 Frozen Water Daggers for double damage, because you get an attack with 2 items at every turn. So this one's average rating is like an 8. And some comments here from 2015. It's pretty solid against like the NPC type enemies that are the challengers that are showed here, as well as like if you're fighting another player. So keep that in mind. It's a pretty good hybrid if you're looking for attack and defense. And yeah, that would be number 8. Coming in at number 7, we have the Winged Boomerang. So this one will do 5 air and 6 fire icons. So that's 11 icons of damage. No defense, but it'll only cost you 20,000. So this is pretty nice, especially if you're just going for pure damage. You don't need any kind of defense. You could just do 11 icons of damage, and it's a hybrid between fire and air. And again, the price is definitely worth it at 20,000. You probably can get it even cheaper. This is just the latest price here of 20,000. Coming in at number 6, we have Stocking Full of Coal. This one is really nice because it does 3 different types of icon damage, including physical, air, and earth. In addition, it could block 5 icons of light, which is great for a multi-use item. You get 9 attack and 5 defense. Even better, the price is only about 30,000, maybe even less, depending on what you can get at the Shop Wizard. So if you're looking for an attack defense hybrid with 3 different icon types, this is a very nice item to have. Coming in at number 5, we have the Altadorian Swordbreaker. Now this will do 5 icons of earth damage, but the real crazy part is it will reduce 100% of any kind of physical damage that's done to you. So if you do have an enemy that's doing a lot of physical damage to you, this is a great weapon, 8.3 rating, and it is a little bit more expensive than the other ones we've been talking about here, about 120,000. But I mean, not many items can negate 100% of an icon, and physical is usually a pretty common one. So definitely keep that in mind. Now back in, looks like 2014, they're saying it was around 50,000. So everything's kind of inflated, but it's really not that much considering in nine years it was double in price. A lot of other items have, 10 times or 50 times increase in price, and this one is still very reasonably priced for the attack and defense that it supplies. Coming in at number 4, we have the Rusty Pitchfork, and this one is pretty nice. You got 11 icons of damage. You got earth, you got fire, and you got physical. Plus you get some defense against physical, which in my experience with the lower challengers or the easier challengers, like will never do more than 5 physical damage, if anything, maybe 1 to 2. So you're always going to be reducing all the physical damage from the lower challengers. And in addition, you're going to be doing 3, 6, 11 total damage. You got some defense, you got physical damage, and this price is only around 60 something thousand, 62,000 current price at the time of making this video. So really, really nice item to try out with the different types of icons and defense as well. Okay, so we made it to our top 3 here. So number 3, we have the Cobrall Utility Blade. So this one will do 13.5. Now there's a range for earth, and you'll always be doing 5 fire, and then there's a range between around 6.3 to 10. But on average, you're going to be doing 13.5 icons of damage, which is really significant for a weapon at this price. In addition, you're getting 5 icons of earth defense, plus that significant number of attack icons. Now, the little catch here, I guess you could say, is that it is under 200,000. And this is showing 200,000, but I just went to the Shop Wizard, and you're looking at like 180, 190,000 at the time of making this video. But you're getting a significant amount. So even if it's over, like maybe if it's like 250,000, 300,000, I still think it's really worth it for the amount of attack icons you're actually getting. Okay, coming down to the last 2. So number 2, we have the Golden Compass. This will give you 9 icons, and this one gives you light. This is an interesting mix here: light, air, and fire, and defends against dark. So this will be a total of 9 attack, 3 defense. As some of the comments say here, for the good, it's a cheap price. It matches, overcomes some common cheap weapons, including but not limited to these that are listed here. And the dark icons are not that prevalent. You're not going to be defending against many dark icons, but it's a good mix, and you're not going to get this mix on many other items, including light, air, and fire. So you can kind of mix and match with this and other weapons to really get a diverse array of attack icons. And even better, this is rated 8.5. instead of being like 180,000, you could easily get this for 25 to 30,000. So it's super cheap and pretty solid all around weapon. All right, guys, so we made it to number 1 on this list, and this has been my favorite item for some time, and it's held its value, and it does significant amount of damage. So this will do 11 icons of damage. It's a multi-use, air, fire, and light, a great mix, and it's an average rating of 9, better than some of these items that are over a few 100,000. And the best part about this is showing 400, but it's really around 1,500 to 2,000. You could even get it for less. It's the cheapest weapon you'll ever get for this amount of damage. It doesn't give you any defense, but at that price, if you even use 2 of these, it only costs you maybe like 3,000 neopoints. Everyone has that. You could start the game with that amount. And you could start by getting, 22 icons of damage if you're using 2 of these. And all the comments are obviously 10, 9. It's just, I'm surprised maybe there's just like so much supply of it that this hasn't risen in price, being that it's just so cheap and so useful. Yeah, so just a quick recap. We got the Molten Boulder, 150,000 neopoints, 13 icons of damage. We got the Slippery Floor Potion, only 400 neopoints. It's a single use, but it will negate all fire and water defense. We have the Frozen Water Daggers, 33,000 neopoints, 8 icons of damage and 4 defense. Winged Boomerang at 20,000, 11 attack icons, 0 defense. Stocking Full of Coal, 30,000 neopoints, 9 attack, 5 defense. Altadorian Swordbreaker, 120,000 neopoints, 5 attack, but 100% physical icon defense. The Rusty Pitchfork at number 4, 62,000 neopoints, 11 icons of attack and 5 defense. Cobrall Utility Blade, number 3, 190,000, pretty expensive, but you get 13.5 attack and 5 defense, 18.5 icons combined between the two, which is pretty significant. Golden Compass, only 25,000, and you get 9 attack and 3 defense. And finally, the Scroll of Ultranova. You could easily get 2 or 1 of these under 1,000. And it's 11 icons of damage. So really nice top 10. You could easily do the Battledome probably on your first day if you're just starting out, or if you've been playing for a while. I'm sure you have over 200,000 Neo points, and you can pick any of these weapons or mix and match 2 of them, because you could use 2 at a time. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe. This game is so old, I don't know how many people have interest in it, so I'll post videos from time to time, and if there's interest, I will continue. And so let me know if you guys are interested, and I'll see how often I could post, depending on the interest of this channel. Thanks for watching.